4%. It's about the integrity of the election process. Keep in mind that there are huge disparities between the polls on the day of the election and the returns. And either the polls were wrong and the election machinery was right, or the election machinery was wrong. And so I want to find out if if we can rescue the integrity of our election process.
What makes you think that there was no integrity there?
Well, there's some serious questions that are raised. And,
where were the questions raised?
The questions are raised about the disparities. You know, you have polling companies who make hundreds of millions of dollars collectively with the work that they do, and they're pretty good.
Yeah, but they make mistakes, Congressman. They do make mistakes. It has happened.
Then you know what? There's no harm done in establishing if the polling companies were wrong and then the election was right. On the other hand, just suppose for a moment, Neil, that the election machinery was flawed somehow, that these electronic voting machines made some kind of a mistake. Americans have a real concern about election integrity, about whether these electronic voting machines have flaws in them. And this is the first time that there's an opportunity to be able to answer the question. And, you know, maybe it'll amount to nothing. That's possible. Fine. But then no one can, as long as there's a recount, no one can run around saying whether or not those results are real.
Barack Obama has not requested a recount. Obviously, Hillary Clinton has not. So are you just stirring the pot here because the inference is that something funny happened?
Well, let me tell you, this country deserves, and we deserve, to make sure that the election process is unchallenged, unquestioned. Look what happened in Florida in 2000, what happened in Ohio in 2004. There were a lot of questions about the integrity of the election process. So, you know, I've heard some of the questions.
Well, did you say the same? Congress, let me ask you, there was a lot of questions about the integrity of elections in 1960 with dead people voting in Chicago, supposedly. You could go back and back and back.
So you know, I'm consistent on this because I have a bill to have paper balloting in all federal elections, so that we can have a paper trail and actually.
Well, this has nothing to do. This has nothing to do, Congressman, with, you know, in Iowa you raised some eyebrows when you said make your second vote talking to your supporters for Barack Obama. And many people say that at the very least that padded Barack Obama's lead in Iowa. That he surprisingly loses New Hampshire. Is this your way of saying I don't like Hillary, I do like Barack?
No, this is my way of saying that this election process, whoever would win, we have to make sure that November that it's on the level. If there's a problem in New Hampshire, in the machinery, the people have a right to know. Now, there's been suggestions that there may have been a problem. And just as remember in 2004, I voted against the certification of the vote in the Electoral College because of irregularities in Ohio. So this is my issue. I'm really concerned about this.
Well, you have been.
It's not about me, it's about the American
people. You've been consistent on it, but we'll see how far it goes. Congressman, good seeing you again. Thank you.
Good to see you, man.
Dennis Kucinich.